I have all these Bibles? Because I'm a daggum American. That's why. Welcome back to Stormin' Norman Says. I'm Stormin' Norman. Must mean I have something to say. And I know a lot of people are not even going to bother clicking on this video because as we've already seen in past videos, Bible's scary. But that's not really what I'm here to. I'm not here to give you some theological discourse. What I'm going to talk about today has to do with Bibles, but it could be anything. Like I mentioned in a previous video, I got dozens of knives, I got this shelf here that you can't see, books all over it, boxes of books, because if I had more room I'd have all my books out. But I want to talk about overconsumption. I see a lot of videos on YouTube about overconsumption, and I see a lot of videos on YouTube that I think are just feeding the algorithm, which is another topic we'll get into another day. I might do a video about how the YouTube algorithm feeds itself. And just some things I noticed on YouTube. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're going to talk about overconsumption, kind of. That really wasn't my target when I first came up with this video, but then I kind of seen where it could mix in there with it. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. We're going to talk about, really it's kind of funny if you ask me. So long story short, I wasn't, from the time I was, we'll say 21, until the time I was 34. I was a Christian, but I was not living a good Christian life. I was living like a worldly person out in the world, fulfilling the lust of the flesh, as it says in the Bible. But when I was about 33, things changed. That's another story in another video. We won't get into it. And I started getting into my Bible, and I wish I had it. I probably have it somewhere, in a box somewhere, maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while, but I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have got rid of it. But I had this thin line, cheap, bonded leather Bible, and I didn't know any other kind of Bible existed, So one day I happened to catch a glimpse of premium Bibles, and the addiction began. And the first premium Bible I bought was this R.L. Allen Revere Blackface in Highland goatskin. Brown was all they had. I like black, but all they had was brown. This Bible cost $140. And I got it for $130 because it was on sale. Now hold on. Now I'm going somewhere. I know you're like, oh, why is he just rambling on about Bibles and how much they cost? I'm going somewhere with it, all right? So I bought this one. This was my first premium Bible. You're not just going to walk into Walmart and buy a Bible like this. And then after this, y'all saw the B-roll that opened up the video. Some of those Bibles that y'all saw in those pictures are the same. Like there might be one little difference between the two. There's at least two in that stack that are the same, because I bought one and then somebody gave me one, or we worked out a trade for something, I don't know. And then I think there's another two or three that are, three, maybe two are the same. They got different leathers on the cover and wide margins. And then the other one is just the same Bible without wide margins. So why am I telling you all this? Because I started buying these Bibles thinking, I'm looking for a certain Bible that ticks all my, like I want a readable font because I'm getting old, can't see as good anymore. I want room to write notes in, like a wide margin. I can write notes in. I want nice leather, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So you keep buying that next Bible. And like I said, you can substitute Bibles for anything, whatever it is that you're into, and I would get another Bible. Oh, this is it. This is great. This is wonderful. This is the one. And then it wasn't. No more. And I want to give you an idea. This Bible is a R.L. Allen wide margin. And let's see how much this costs. I forgot to get the price for y'all. I want to show y'all the variation here. So this Bible, and I don't think I paid this much for it, but you know, inflation. This Bible, evangelicalbible.com, $320. I saved up for 6 months to be able to afford this Bible because I thought this is the one that I want. This is it. But I hardly ever use it. See the margins in there? I love the idea of writing my notes in the margins. The only problem is I'm not going to tote this Bible to church. It's gigantic. And I hear the Cambridge one's even bigger. But I love the goat skin. I love the paper. I love writing in it. But I'm not going to carry this around. It's gigantic. Then one day I picked this up. This is Thomas Nelson, single column, verse by verse. And I did not buy this thinking this is going to be the one. This is going to be the one that ticks all the boxes. But it did. So like I was talking about before, I would buy these Bibles and I would, use them for a couple of weeks, and then eventually they'd fall by the wayside. And I'd move on to the next great thing that I just had to have. And like I said, this Bible retails for $320. I think I paid $250 for mine when I bought it 2 years ago, I want to say it was. And like I said, I saved up for 6 months to be able to get it. And this Bible, like I said, costs $140. There's a Bible over there that costs about $200. That one costs about $200. So you factor up all the prices of these Bibles. Most of them cost in between $70 and $150. There's thousands of dollars in Bibles here. And each one I kept buying, like, this is going to be the one. And then I bought this one just because I kind of wanted to check it out and see, because I've never really had a single column Bible that I liked. And I carried it to church. And I used it. Then I carried it to church. Then I used it. And then before I knew it, months had gone by. And when I left for church on Sunday morning, this was still the Bible I was grabbing. This was still the Bible I was using for my reading and my study and stuff like that. And this Bible cost I want to say I got it for $50. I think it was on sale. And this is the genuine leather edition. And I also got a fake leather one that I bought to carry to work, because that's how much I liked it. And actually, I'm not even going to lie to y'all, because I could sit here and BS you. This came in today. This is the goatskin version of this same Bible. So surprisingly, I got this Bible and it was it. Like, I just carry it all around. I teach Sunday school with it. I laughed the other day because I was thinking to myself, I paid, $250, $130. That one's like $100 and something. That one's like $100 and something. That one's like $100. So you just rack it up, total it up on the shelf there. And this $50 one, it was the one. So the same can be said. You take my argument here that I'm making. How much other things do we do this with? Like, if you're a reader like me, and you can see memes about this, you can see YouTube videos about this. If you're a reader, a lover of books, you buy more books than you read. Now, I'm not saying that every reader is like that. I know some of y'all probably got a level head and you only buy what you can read. But most people who love books and read books, we buy more books than we can read. And if I had all my books out here to show y'all, I guarantee you like 5–10% of them are books that I've actually read. So we do that with everything. I can kind of understand it in some ways because the world we live in today, we purchase everything offline. Now, if I could have gone to a store and seen all these Bibles on a shelf and looked at them, how would this have turned out? Would I still have all these or not? And granted, you know, new ones come out every year and stuff, so I don't know, that's not really possible to have all these on the same shelf. But at the same time, you go to the bookstore and you see all the books there, and you want all of them. You just, I want this one, I want this one. And we just buy because we can. Because we're Americans, that's what I said at the beginning of the video, but you know, any Western country does the same thing. You can buy it, and you do. And there's a lot of examples I could give just in this room right here. My headphones, I recently paid over $200 for these heavies headphones because I just seen them and I looked at them for months and months, and Black Friday came, they dropped the price to like, they're usually like $300 and I got them for like $200. And when I ordered them, I was like, are you going to use them? And in the back of my head, I'm saying to myself, probably not. I'm probably not going to use them. You know how much I use them? Hardly ever. Hardly ever. And I can say that about the half a dozen sets of earbuds that I got laying around here. Don't hardly ever use them. But I just had to have them. I could say that about the camera gear that I buy. This microphone, the Hollyland Lark M1. Bought it, hardly ever use it. Don't really like it. And the list goes on and on. You know, we typically do stationery on this channel. The Lockbee mini journal I just did a video on. Haven't used it since I did the video. The Paper Republic little leather thing, I haven't used it since I did the video. Although I do have a plan, and we're going to talk about that in a video in a week or two. We're going to talk about that. So I do plan on using the Paper Republic, but I'm like, I'll show y'all what my plan is, and we'll talk about it in a future one, like I said. What else? The pocket-sized traveler's notebook, never use it. And, you know, a bunch of other notebooks and pens that I bought. Don't ever use them. But I had to have them at the time. It's like we think, if I get it, it's going to fulfill all my desires for what I'm looking for. But it's not, because the options are never going to stop. As soon as you get that one, they're going, and that's, you know, I don't blame them. That's their job. A company's job is to try and get you to give them money for their product. So they have to come up with products that make you want to get them. And YouTube ain't helping either. If you're a YouTube addict like myself, you're always on there looking. And like this past week, I've been looking at the FreeWrite, if you know what that is. It's like kind of like a typewriter, but not. I can't remember what they call it. Smart typewriter. And all you can do is type on it. And you can't do any apps or internet or anything like that on it. You can type. So if you're a writer and you want no distractions, this is the thing for that. Here's the problem. The cheapest one is $350. The most expensive one is $1,000. And I'm looking at them like, how can I get this? Will I use it? Probably not. Probably not. But I'm already plotting in my head, how can I get one? And hopefully I hold fast in the fact that there is no reason for me to buy one. I'm probably not going to use it. And if I do use it, I'll use it for a couple of weeks and then it'll fall by the wayside. So I mean, I'm not here to tell you what to do, by no means. Y'all can buy whatever you want to buy, whatever you want to do. I'm just saying sometimes it's good to just take a step back, reflect on our actions. There's some good that came from this. As many Bibles as I have on this shelf that y'all saw in the intro, I've probably given away that many Bibles as well. And I think this year is going to be the year where I get rid of some of these Bibles. I'm going to give away some of them, and some of the more expensive ones I'm probably going to sell, because I don't need all these Bibles. I can't use them all at the same time. So some of them, I hate selling things, not because I hate getting rid of stuff, it's just because I hate dealing with people. And in order to sell things, you got to deal with people. But I'm going to give away some of them to some ministries. I'm going to sell some of the more higher end ones. That's my plan. We'll see if it actually works out that way. But I'm definitely not going to be buying no new Bibles. I know I just showed you the one I just got today. But that's the first Bible I bought in over a year. And I don't really have a desire. There's one more Bible I want to get, but like, I'm not dying to get it. I guess the whole point of this video, because, you know, a lot of YouTube videos I've seen that talk about overconsumption and, you know, minimalism and this and that, it seems like they're trying to tell you your life will be changed if you just do what I did. Let me tell you what I did, and it'll change your life. And I'm like, get out of here with that mess. Everybody's different, and everybody's going to do whatever they want to do. I'm just trying to point out that sometimes maybe we should step back and take a look at our habits and our, the way we spend money and what we spend our time on. Maybe audit it, step back, take an audit, and be like, what can I change? What can I cut back on? What can I remove? Because if I wasn't spending my money on this thing, I could spend it on something more fulfilling. Or if I wasn't spending my time on this thing, I could spend it on something more fulfilling. So sometimes we just need to take a step back, see what things we can change, if we need to change anything at all. Whether or not you change is your business. It ain't none of mine. I'm not here to try and tell nobody that they need to do a certain thing. Spend your money how you want, spend your time how you want, but just remember the old saying that says that you are free to make your own choices, but you are not free from the consequences of those choices. I guess I'm going to go. I didn't want this video to be too long, and I just wanted to touch on something other than stationery. I know because I didn't talk about stationery today, I'm probably not going to get a whole lot of views on this video. But it's okay, because I don't want my channel to be about one specific thing, even though I know that one specific thing is what gets me views. If I talked about a notebook today or a pen, I'd get hundreds of views. This video probably won't even crack 100. That's okay, because I don't want my channel to be pigeonholed into a certain niche, as they say. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. My name has been Stormin' Norman. I have said things. Y'all have a good evening.